Hello, I'd like to just share a little story here. Hopefully it'll give someone a little bit of hope when they watch it if they're struggling at this moment in time. So 3 years ago to the day, I was in hospital. I was the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th and the 26th of December. I spent in a hospital after having probably the biggest breakdown that I've ever had. Well, it is the biggest breakdown I've ever had in my life. And I just wanted to show that you can go through that and go through the toughest point in your life and still be here to tell the story about it. And it's a famous saying that people say a lot, that a breakdown is usually followed by a breakthrough. And it's true. And I'm living proof that you can keep going and you can get better and you can live a somewhat of a normal life. I'm not saying that I don't still wake up in the middle of the night having panic attacks or stressing or worrying about everything day to day anyway, life, cost of living, like we all are. But I'm not at the point anymore where I feel the only option is to have to take my own life. And if you are in that position now where you're feeling like that, there is always a way out, I promise you. And it's not the way that you think, by killing yourself. Whether you haven't got a lot of money, whether you have got a lot of money, if you feel like you haven't got as many presents under the tree as somebody else that you know, none of that matters. Because whether you can provide one present, no presents, or 1,000 presents for your family or for your loved ones, there's no bigger gift than you being there on Christmas Day, or being there for the rest of the year, the rest of your family's time with you. Because there will be nothing harder than seeing an empty seat at a Christmas table on that day, which should have been filled by you, because you felt like the only way to go was to end your life. Because it's not. And I know how some people feel, because I've been there myself and I've felt like that. And it's only when you come through at the other side that you see how irrational that thinking was at the time. I think the highlight of this should be the fact that being in the northeast where we are now is the highest suicide rate in the UK. 74% of the UK suicides is men, and a lot of men feel that there's that stigma that's talked about quite a lot now, which is good, but a lot of people feel like they can't speak up. I felt like that at first. I felt like it was a sign of weakness. And the picture that I'm putting up now, that was me 3 years ago to the day, and the picture that's coming up right now is the same day 3 years ago, and you can see the difference there. It doesn't even look like the same person. So that first picture that you seen where I was all happy and smiley, if you'd have walked past me on the street, you'd have gone, he's got a good life. And I did have a good life. I had a great job, I had money, I had my family, I had my son, which is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And it still wasn't enough. Something was missing, and I didn't know what it was, and I didn't feel like I could keep going. And then if you look at the picture where I was upset, my mum actually screenshotted that when I was on the phone to her, because I was begging her to find me some help, and she took the picture off the phone there to show the doctors how much struggling was going on and how hard I was finding it to just cope day to day. And if you'd have seen that person, you'd have been like, yeah, there's something wrong with him. But that's not the face what everyone sees. Look at Robin Williams, for example. He was somebody that made people laugh all of his life. It was his career, and he felt that he had to take his own life. So if somebody that's in that position, that's got all the riches, all the wealth, and all the love of the family and friends and fans, imagine how much harder it is for average Joe Blogs. But I can guarantee you that things do get better. And if you don't listen or share any more of my videos in your life, then please just share this one, so that somebody knows that there is a way that you can keep getting by. I know my voice is breaking a little bit here when I'm trying to talk about it, because it's not the easiest thing to talk about, but it's something that I would hope would be able to be passed around the UK. People can see that a lot can change in 3 years. Mine started to change within a couple of months of seeking help. I went to counselling, I started speaking to my family and friends, and now I'm living as much of a normal life as I possibly can. And if I'd have made that split decision at the time to not be here anymore, then like I said before, there'd be an empty table around my family's dinner table now. An empty seat, around my family's dinner table. And that would be the hardest thing for anybody to have to face each day, is looking there and seeing that that's where George should have been sat. So please, if you do feel like you're struggling, message me. My name's above this video now. I will answer any single person that messages me, whether it's one person, 10 persons, or 10,000 people, 10 persons, 10,000 people. I will write back to every single one of them, and it doesn't matter what time it is. As soon as I see that message, I'll write back. So please just reach out and get the help you need if you feel like you're struggling, because there is always a way out, and that way is just by fighting through and by admitting that you need some help, and there's no shame in doing it. So thank you very much for watching the video, and like I say, if anybody needs anything, then just give me a message.